welcome back, and this is Marie Louise. Still a little bit croaky, I'm afraid. If this is the first activation that you have been guided to, welcome. And if you're back here again, thank you for journeying with me through this series of activations. It's amazing to have each and every one of you here. If you've been finding them supportive, I do also invite you to like, subscribe and share so that others can join us on this journey too. I would love to be able to hear in the comments what may have shifted for you. And as we reach the halfway point of the activations, please do remember you can come back here as many times as you feel drawn to in any of these activations. The purpose of these activations is to gently guide you through the 12 levels of consciousness, one step at a time, releasing the weight of old patterns so that you can move more freely into higher states of courage, love, and ultimately acceptance. So we began with shame, we worked through guilt, apathy, grief, and fear. And now we arrive at desire, which is the inherent message of I want. Desire is a double-edged sword in terms of energy. At its best, it fuels creativity, passion, and expansion. But when distorted, it can keep us chasing endlessly, especially when the ego is in the driving seat. And this can be restless and very unsatisfying, reaching outward for what we believe will make us whole. So how do we know the difference of desire is coming from ego or the soul? Well, ego desire feels restless and urgent and anxious, and it's generally tied to lack, comparison, and proving worth. Ego says that desire is very much coming from a place of lack. When I get this, then I'll be enough. It's a general feeling of unworthiness and lack. Whereas the soul desire feels much more expansive. It'll be calm and steady, and it carries inspiration without desperation. Soul desire says, I create because it is my nature, because it lights me up, and because it serves my whole. When your desire leaves you feeling drained or empty or restless, it's often the ego. And when it leaves you inspired, peaceful, and fulfilled even in the process, then that's generally the soul. Now, desire can show up in various different obvious ways. Addictions, food, substances, shopping and sex, chasing money or status or recognition, feeling restlessness, and just never generally feeling satisfied. But it can also appear in much more subtle forms, and that could be needing constant approval or validation, when comparing yourself to others, or clinging to relationships out of a fear of just being alone. We over-focus very much on image or possessions as our proof of worth, seeking spiritual highs without integration, and believing that happiness will only come when I get there. So today we clear distorted desire and anchor into soul-aligned longing, the kind that expands your spirit rather than emptying it. So as we move forward for the activation and clearing, I invite you to either lie down or sit down. Take a slow, deep breath in through the nose, and exhale gently through the mouth, grounding into your body. Feel your feet, wiggle your toes, and say in your mind or out loud, I direct my high self and the light of spirit to identify and clear all distorted desire programs, craving loops, and restless striving across all lifetimes, dimensions, and ancestral lines. If you now visualize a cord of desire stretching outward, grasping for something beyond you, which each breath gently draw those cords back to your belly, where you can see them dissolve belief that I am incomplete without possessions, recognition, or success. I release the belief that I must chase love or approval to feel worthy. I release the belief that happiness only comes when I achieve or arrive somewhere else. Then as you breathe into your belly, feel the fire of desire settling, becoming steady instead of restless. As we anchor these, either in your mind or out loud, repeat, I clear all patterns of distorted desire expressed as addiction, comparison, clinging, restless striving, or seeking external validation. These are not who I am. I release them now. As you see a golden orange light glowing in your belly, not pulling outwards but radiating from within, this is your true spark, the aligned energy of creation. And in your mind or out loud, I anchor the code of aligned desire. I embody the remembrance that all I seek lives within me. My desire fuels growth, creation, and expansion in harmony. Just let that settle for a moment and take one more deep breath. Hands resting on your belly. Just feel the warmth that lies there now. Then in your mind or out loud, repeat, my desire is aligned. My spark fuels creation in harmony. And so it is. As you move through this day, notice when desire arises. Just ask yourself, does this feel restless, urgent, or empty? Or does it feel expansive and calm and inspired? And this is how you'll know if your desire is coming from ego or from soul. Each moment of awareness allows you to redirect from craving into creation. If this activation has supported you, please do like, subscribe, and share so that others can also clear distorted desire and return to the power of aligned creation. The next session will be covering anger, and this is the fiery energy that arises when boundaries are crossed or pain is unacknowledged. Anger can destroy or protect, so depending on how it is held, together we will clear destructive anger and reclaim its power as a healthy fire. But for now, sending you much love. Bye for now.